Everyone has said it. Man, I wish I'd have gotten into real estate back then. I wish I'd have started posting on YouTube 10 years ago. I wish I'd have bought that stock before everyone knew about it. Hmm. I wish I would have started that business before the market got crowded. And the sentence that kills more dreams than failure ever could is this one: I'm too late. But today I want to challenge that because sometimes you're not late. Sometimes you're simply arriving after your character, your competence, your discipline, and your clarity have finally caught up with an opportunity. You see, there's a difference. And that's what we're talking about today on the rebuild. The lie people tell us is that the person who gets there first always wins. But business history keeps proving something completely different. The winner is not always the first person to show up. The winner is usually the person who shows up prepared, the person who studies the mistakes, the person who understands the customer better, and the person who has enough maturity not to blow the opportunity when you finally get it. That's because being late to the party can actually be an advantage. Now, let's deal with the psychology first. A lot of people feel behind because they are measuring their life against someone else's highlight reel. You see someone else's new business, someone else's promotion, someone else's podcast taking off, someone else's house, someone else's marriage, someone else's money, and you start thinking, what's wrong with me? But here's the uncomfortable truth. Some people succeed early because they were ready early. Some people succeed late because they had deeper work to do first. They had to mature. They had to fail. They had to learn how to manage pressure. They had to learn how to stop chasing everything and start focusing on the right thing. They had to become someone who could handle success without being destroyed by it. That's why I don't like the phrase late bloomer, because sometimes you are not blooming late. Sometimes your roots were just growing deep, and deep roots do not show above ground. But when a storm comes, those deep roots are what keeps you standing. Now let's bring this into business. Entrepreneurs love to talk about the first movers, but a lot of investors love fast followers. Why? Because the first company often pays the tuition. They educate the market. They make the expensive mistakes. They prove what customers want. They also prove what customers do not care about. Then someone else comes in behind them, studies the field, fixes the weaknesses, and builds the empire. That's where the business saying comes in. Pioneers get slaughtered and settlers prosper. Now, that doesn't mean you should never innovate. It means that you do not have to be first to win. Sometimes the pioneer clears the road, but the settler builds the town. Let me give you a few examples. Google didn't invent the search engine. Before Google, there were search engines, directories people already used, like Yahoo, AltaVista, Lycos, Excite, Ask Jeeves. The market already existed. People were already searching the internet. Google was not first. Google was simply better. A cleaner interface, better results, better execution, better timing. And today, most people do not even remember the names of the companies who were first. That's a business lesson right there. Customers do not care who was first. Customer cares who solves the problem best. Here's another example: Netflix. Remember, Netflix did not even start as a streaming company. It started by mailing DVDs. Remember those red envelopes? DVDs in your mailbox. That was the business. But Netflix paid attention to where the market was going. The technology changed, customer behavior changed, internet speed changed, and Netflix changed before the old mode trapped them. They were not emotionally married to the first version of their business, and that's very important. Some people fail because they are loyal to what worked yesterday. Netflix won because they were willing to become what tomorrow required. Now that's a word for somebody. Remember, you're not too late, but you may be too attached to the old version of yourself. Now let's look at Apple and the iPhone. Apple did not invent the mobile phone. Apple did not invent the smartphone. BlackBerry was already there. Palm was already there. Windows Mobile was already there. People were already carrying phones. People were already emailing from their phones. The party had already started. But here's the difference. Apple walked in and changed the music at the party. They didn't just make the phone, they changed the experience. They had a touch screen, apps, design, simplicity. Their phone made it feel less like a corporate tool and more like something personal, something powerful, something easy to use. Apple was not first. Apple was transformational. And that's where the lesson is. You do not have to be first. You have to be meaningfully better. So now bring that back to your life. Some of you have been sitting on ideas because you think the market is crowded. I can't start a podcast because everyone has a podcast. I can't start a cleaning business. There are already cleaning companies. I can't start a home service business. There are already contractors. I can't start a consulting business. Everyone is consulting now. Okay. But when your toilet backs up, do you call the first plumber in American history? No. You call the plumber who can solve your problem today. When you need a barber, do you ask who invented the haircut? No. You ask who can cut. When you need your property repaired, your business organized, your project managed, your life rebuilt, you do not care who came first. You care who can help you right now. That is the opportunity. The market being crowded does not mean the market is closed. Sometimes a crowded market proves demand. So the question is not, is someone already doing it? The question is, can I do it with more trust, more precision, more care, more professionalism, more consistency, or more insight? Because late success usually belongs to people who stop chasing attention and start building confidence. That's the part no one wants to talk about. You may not be waiting on the opportunity. The opportunity may be waiting on an upgraded version of you, the disciplined you, the focused you, the mature you, the you who does not quit after 2 slow weeks, the you who can take criticism without falling apart, the you who can exercise without applause, the you who can build quietly while everyone else is posting loudly. That's why this message matters, especially for men who feel like time is passing them by, because comparisons will make you desperate and desperation makes you chase. But maturity makes you build. There's a difference between moving fast and moving ready. There's a difference between being early and being prepared. There's a difference between being visible and being valuable. So stop asking, am I too late? And start asking, what do I know now that I did not know then? Because that is your advantage. You have more experience now. You have more discernment now. You have more scars now. You have watched other people win and lose. And you have seen what works. You have seen what is fake. You have seen what customers complain about. And you have seen where the gaps are. That means you are not entering the game empty-handed. You are entering with data. You are entering with wisdom. You are entering with patience. You are entering with scar tissue. And trust me, scar tissue is underrated. Because scar tissue means you healed. It means you've learned. It means you survived something that could have taken you out. Now your job is to turn that into strategy. So here's the rebuild principle. Being first is not the assignment. Being useful is. Being original is not always the assignment. Being better is. Being loud is not the assignment. Being trusted is. If you're waiting for a brand new idea that no one has ever thought of, you may be waiting forever. But if you look at an old problem that people still are dealing with, and you solve it better, cleaner, faster, warmer, or more professionally, you have a business. That's why I say you're not too late. You may actually be right on time because the pioneers already paid for some of the lessons. They already showed you where the danger is. They already showed you what the customers want. They already showed you what to do and what not to do. Now, the question is this: are you willing to enter the market with humility, study, and execution? Because there's an old saying, I said it once before, pioneers get slaughtered and settlers prosper. But I want to add my own ending to that. You do not have to be the first to the party. You just have to bring something to the party that is still needed. So stop telling yourself that you missed the window. You may not be too late. You may simply be arriving with better timing, better information, and a better solution. And if that is true, then your next move is not to complain about who started before you. Your next move is to simply build. Sometimes they open the door. Now it's your job to walk through it better. This is The Rebuild. I'm Les Allen. If this episode spoke to you, please subscribe to the channel, and most importantly, share it. Until the next episode, remember that respect is the only currency that does not lose its value. Stay sharp, stay respected, stay rebuilding. Peace.